Team STORROR is a group of friends that grew up in the south of England that basically share a passion for parkour and adventure.
We happen to have a massively diverse range of skills that allows us to take on a lot of crazy projects.
Places we never would have gone without the team.
Doing parkour in skyscrapers in Asia.
Diving off bridges in Basel.
Running around deserts.
Running away from monkeys on rooftops in India.
Always thinking bigger, trying to be more creative.
Constantly looking for another adventure.
It kind of makes perfect sense for us to set our sights into the gaming world.
There's never been a project that has got us as excited as this one.
STORROR Parkour Pro is the first parkour game solely about parkour and its culture.
Connecting with your mates across the world, free roaming, multiplayer options.
On the starting line with like all of your mates to have some crazy race across town.
An open world exploration game where there'll be missions,
training, doing new challenges,
evading security,
time trials,
massive roof gaps, slides through flumes, huge wall runs.
Become immersed to a level at which you actually feel like you're a part of this sport.
We want to build into the game the most ambitious animation technology.
Taking the motion capture to a whole new level.
Completely fluid so that it feels exactly like you're doing parkour in real life.
People always say, I really want to be able to do this, or I would love to be able to try parkour.
There'll be a process of kind of character progression, learning the skills and abilities that you need.
Through the tutorials, sharing techniques.
That's it!
Our goal is to make STORROR Parkour Pro the most progressive urban sports game ever.
The effect that this could have on the parkour community is similar to what the Tony Hawk's franchise did for skateboarding. And having a parkour game on major consoles is going to completely change the sport.
Team STORROR is a group of friends that grew up in the south of England that basically share a passion for parkour and adventure.
We happen to have a massively diverse range of skills that allows us to take on a lot of crazy projects.
Places we never would have gone without the team.
Doing parkour in skyscrapers in Asia.
Diving off bridges in Basel.
Running around deserts.
Running away from monkeys on rooftops in India.
Always thinking bigger, trying to be more creative.
Constantly looking for another adventure.
It kind of makes perfect sense for us to set our sights in.
Alright then. Alright. What are we doing here? No idea. Let's build the project. Let's build the project. What is this thing here? Plan feature. You know what? Maybe it's worth doing it. I was taking ages to load the first time. Why? Come on, 93%. You can do this. We believe in you. 94. 95. Finally. Now, blast off. Right, so Yeah, that could be a slight problem, but okay. Yeah, there, no bueno, no bueno at all. And that is good, but then the end is no bueno. Okay. All right, go for it. Oh, people. Read the messages. Hello, Joe. Do you plan on making difficulty models in final release? Yeah, it's a good question. I think the answer is definitely yes, but I'm not sure what shape or form yet. It's an interesting subject. There are lots of ways to approach that, right? Like it's historically in the sort of nomenclature of the video game history, there is yeah, there are lots of ways in which you can approach it, and yeah, we need to find a compelling one. So yeah, it's definitely um, an interesting topic. Like broadly speaking, um, like there are two different ways to look at it, right? There are uh, like you unlock every possible move that the player can do, or every possible features that the player can do, and then you level up with your pure skills, right? But technically, if you're really lucky, you can do like the first time you play the game, the first second you play the game, you can do the most complex move because you technically can, right? It's just that for the most part, maybe that will come with experience and build up the actual skill. And then there is the other way of thinking about it, which is you lock those skills and you need to you need to lock via progression system. Like maybe you cannot do you cannot have like the more you play, the more you unlock and advance the game, then the more and the faster your character will get. So that is more of a long-term schedule. I mean, so we have not decided of how we're gonna approach it, and in terms of like pure, difficulty modes, right? Yeah, the main question is, do we wanna, yeah, how do we wanna lock that? How do we wanna present that to the game? Do you need to earn your difficulty, or if you're good, you can do difficult stuff easily. So yeah, uh, still a lots of discussion to be had. And not start canon. Um, go to bed. Me? Never going to bed at 10 p.m. Yeah, I can see a couple of things that they're not. Yeah, they did it like 2 or 3 times, but they did it 3 times. Yeah. Ah, definitely relax. Yeah, definitely relax. But you know what? We are on a quest. to stream every single day this year. I mean, and possibly until we release the game. And when I mean every single day, I mean every single day, not like Monday to Friday. It's just every single day we want to stream. And so far, we did it. So, very good commitment by the boys. We are making it happen. Right. Okay. So this is not good enough. So linear regression of rotating calipers. I think rotating calipers. Oh, really? It's lucky number one. No guns. So rotating calipers or linear regression? That is the question. Whatever you say, we're gonna go for it. So give me an answer. Yeah, that's what I was going for. Rotating calipers, I think is the one, to be honest. Let me put some music on this thing. Where is it? I mean, for me, I need to get to. I need to. Should we buy those subscription service for the music? No podcast. Just give me. Uh, right. So, a difficult. Oh, or the movement bailings. Oh yes. So on that subject, then, sorry, what is the question then on that subject? Like to have a easy mode in which you can, in which you basically never bails. You just basically are invincible, or having a more simulation mode, and then you need to be really careful because you can just like bail. I think that in that sense you mean, right? So if that is the question, then I think I need to think about it a little bit. I'm inclined to say that possibly there is only one way of playing the game, which is whether it ends up being. That would be my guess. I need to think more about it. But at the same time, it needs to be very accessible, you know, to casual gamers. And by casual gamer, I don't mean necessarily, people that plays a Candy Crush Saga on their mobile phone. Right? I mean, just normal play that they're not into, they're necessarily not into parkour. They're not necessarily into, action. Just if you just want to have a nice experience, you should have a nice experience. Because I think that is if the game is more frustrating than fun, then I think we fail, right? So the Colonel, yeah. So I think I would say that. This is a horrible way of going. Yeah, Mia. Someone couldn't decide how to. Yeah, you are a rider guy. You're a rider person. It's good. Yeah, I think it's good. Oh, I think that is my concern as well. I'm concerned. I'm a big believer that if you if you play for the first 5 minutes and you are more frustrated than having fun, I think we totally fail with our mission. And that is gonna be like stronger than any, like, sure, it is a parkour game, but if that means that nobody can play the game properly, we have a huge problem, right? So I think you just play the game because you need to have fun, and hopefully, if you're not a parkour person, you will experience this sport in the best way possible. But you need to have a nice experience with it, in the first place. Ooh. This is annoying me. Let me get some lo-fi music. Sorry, I'm just changing the music here. Brother is so much nicer. Yeah, I, absolutely. Absolutely. What I really like about Rider is probably Visual Studio has got a very strong one as well. I used to use Visual Assist for the static analyzer, the static analyzer compilers, and it's it's strong, but there is something about something about the Rider static analyzer that I really really like. So maybe because I got used to it. But. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. It isn't an absolute mess, of course, but you know, just trying things out. But don't take this code. Don't look at the code. It's an absolute mess. Yeah, okay, I mean, it works, but actually, that might be not a bad idea if if it works properly. That's probably a good idea, to be honest. Yeah, but no. Oh, wait, that's not bueno. Okay, that's not bueno. Yeah, I mean, that's the fact that. Okay, right. I'm not very. I'm. I'm warming up to this. I'm warming up to this. So, what game are you doing, Mia? Ha! That was an incredibly good guess. Yes, that is exactly what the balls are. It's to detect the density uh, of the space around you. That was I'm very impressed. That's exactly what they are. They may cry. I'm very familiar with Devil May Cry. I tell you a little story. When I was working, I started my career at the Sony PlayStation Studios, like very very early. Um, I go so early that we made the first ever PlayStation title for Europe. It was called Wipeout, and so I was working there, and then. At some point there was we were working quite a lot with teams in Japan, and there was the request that pop up at some point, say anybody can have this team from Capcom, I think it was. They're making a game, and they have there's some problems with their code, and I say, yeah, sure, I can do it. And that game was Devil May Cry, so they sent me the code and everything, and basically there was like one huge main.cpp file that had like 2 million lines of code. They had all the game in it, and they couldn't manage it. Like a big team of people just writing only on one file. So I had to help them, quite unsuccessfully, I have to say, sorting out their mess. And that was my experience on that. But the game was a brilliant game. I loved the game. It was, a very, he went down in video game history, right? That game. So it's a nice little experience. Hey, Dan. So I'm trying, as usual, I'm trying to recover from the mess that Gans did. Yeah, usual. Same old, same old. Oh, you'd be surprised to see how much code, how much awful code every single project or game has. Sorry, one second. My daughter is here. Hello. I'm making a noise. I'm talking. Dreaming. Screaming. What? Really? Do you want to check? No? Check. Luce, why are you screaming? Yeah, I told you. Yeah? Yeah, put it here. Yeah. Yeah. Do you wanna say hello to the stream? Yeah. Yeah. No? Do it. But this is working pretty well, I have to say. Yeah, so I think next thing is gonna be next thing is gonna be how do we do this? Yeah, not easy really. Yeah, this is a lot more stable, but it has got all weird edge cases there. Mm. 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 It's already thinking time. We barely started, and I'm already thinking way too much. No bueno. Let me check. So we got the balls. Some of them are forwards, some of them are backwards, which is always correct, right? Let's check that that is always true. Right, that check is quite successful, right? So whatever you are, you go half and half, right? And that is always correct. So I'm keeping this because that is cool. So that is a cool thing, right? But how do we use effectively? Hmm. How do we use it? Yeah, there. That thing there. It's yeah. Hmm. Okay, so the balls are, spatially they are good. It's good separation. Quite nice, actually. The density is correct, right? Yeah. That was good. Yeah, I don't like that. And that is good. That is nice, but that actually, I mean, it works very well some of the times, but when it works well, it's there. They should get it a lot fast. Yeah, I mean, there are a couple of moments there, but the yeah, okay, sure. So we have an issue reporting channel. And the work Discord. Yeah, sure. Uh, um, now we can create One of those forum likes channel like we had in the number one. Okay, so this is still, this is still a trace, right? Hey, Zinky. But good to see it's not just Josh. Yeah, and we had with Max, we had Toby, we had with Drew as well. Of course, Josh for a very, very long time. Still tackling Calm Sasha and Benj. So, first thing here, right? Thing. I like the. I think the logic is quite strong. The implementation is still very weak, of course. And this is fine. It's fine. I have to do a read the source code of the engine all the time, like literally all the time. I think it's really impossible to have to develop something remotely robust and like unless you do very vanilla games, like basically a clone of Fortnite or something very, yeah, very vanilla. You need to. In fact, at some point, I think I want to branch off whatever status of Unreal Engine is from the GitHub and just take it from there. Especially doing multiplayer servers, we were talking about that with Woody. I believe at some point we just branch it off and say, okay, whatever, we're gonna stick with this thing and make our own changes because it's just madness. Uh, I think nobody is very knowledgeable about the real source code. I mean, if you look at it, right, it's just it's just a mess of to do fix me hack. It's just awful. It's just like it's incredibly bad. So I mean, okay, let's take for example, like this guy here, right? Let's take let's go reactor component, right? Like this thing, it pretty sure like fix. Fix. Okay, let's go. There's a go. But like I see like all the times things that you need to fix, you need to there are temporaries. It's just like it's madness. And the way that they use C++ is also very poor. They use a sort of C++ that was that they got so much legacy, understandably, from when they started in 1995, wherever, that still all of these weird C legacy that they carried over into uh, into into C++, and it's sure like yeah, this is the only file that hasn't got to do or to fix me. It's absolute madness. It's, it's literally not very good at all. I mean, what is this? Yeah. I think it's very poor. The quality of this is very questionable. Anyway. Right, so going around this. Yeah, for sure. When you really get into it, it really starts to fall apart. Fall apart right then. How is that? Wow. It's not possible. What am I looking at there? What's what? Mm. Doesn't make any sense. No? bye.